Rashad, how do you get the pass rush back on track this week against Boston College?
I think first of all, if you watch the film, the pass rush was there. It was a quick passing team. Me and Pat were abusing those tackles for NC State all day long, so I think it's on track and it'll be back there. We just got to be a little quicker, I guess, if you want to get it back on track and get back there a little faster. If teams are going to try to quick pass us and be better on the edge, winning faster. But I think it was on track and always got to be better if you lose, and we could be a lot better. But it's not like it just fell off last week. So,
Rashad, Pat Narduzzi talked about you guys going live on the quarterback this week because the Boston College quarterback is so hard to bring down. What have you seen from Jerkovic as far as how hard he is to bring down because he is such a big guy?
yeah, nowadays in college, you see a lot of quarterbacks that are 6'1" and 6'2", and not that prototypical 6'5" type of guy. And he's a big guy. He is 6'5", 240, 230, whatever he's listed at. And he knows how to stand in the pocket and be strong with his lower body and shake off tackles and throw the ball downfield. So you got to be solid at wrapping him up and bringing him down because he's not just going to go down easy. And he'll throw the ball while someone's around his waist trying to pull him down. So you got to be ready for that.
Rashad, on that, Jerkovic last week against UNC, he made some pretty crazy plays outside the pocket. But when you're sitting there watching the film as a DN, as a guy who's getting after him on the edge, do you kind of look at that and say, okay, like he's going to get outside the pocket, we might have some more opportunities to hit him to get after him?
Yeah, definitely. If a guy's going to run around, he's kind of giving up his body on certain plays if he's going to try to make circus throws, which he's good at, and continue plays downfield. So we'll be able to get extra shots at him. But the goal of all of the game is always to try to keep the quarterback in the pocket as best as you can so we can't stretch out plays and make it harder for our back end and our linebackers in coverage. So, we want to try to bottom up as best as we can. But with an athlete like that, you have to be on point all day.
Shot as a leader on this team, and you said much to the guys about putting last week behind and focusing ahead. What's the feeling been like in practice the last few days?
It started with Coach Dubes. We put it behind us after Sunday, after we watched film and went over everything that we could have done better. Started with him telling us to put it behind, and then we came out on Tuesday and focused on Boston College. We're game planning for them and trying to bring the energy, and it was a colder day yesterday, so try to get the guys hyped for practice, and it's been pretty good. And I think we had a great day today, and we'll continue to build off that. And I think guys are ready, and we had that taste in our mouth last week, and we don't want it again. So I think guys are locked in and a little more focused. We were having fun and stuff last week, which is easy to do when you're winning, but when you come off that loss, guys are not putting up with it as much this week and more focused on taking care of Boston College this weekend.
Rashad, you guys saw last week a few offsides penalties in the first half and some from the younger players. What's you're a senior on this team, you're a leader. What's been your insight of just seeing how those younger players have adjusted to that loss? For some of the guys like Kalijah Cansey, this was their first loss with the team. How have you seen them respond this week in practice?
Well, first I had the first offsides on the defense, so and I'm the older guy, so I was real disappointed in myself. And then when a bunch of other guys get it, it just makes it even worse for me going in the meeting. So I had to deal with that. But it's something we practice all week, and we practiced at it weeks before for teams that do it, and they just kind of caught us. And they did a good job of acting like they were doing a tempo offense, but then they would bring a hard count, and that caught us off sides a lot, which we got to be better than that. And, the young guys – sometimes, not saying Kalijah specifically, but with young guys, they can kind of a loss not bother them as much and just kind of shrug it off. But I think they've seen with the older guys how much it mattered to us and us being upset and how we're handling it. They're kind of following our lead, and that'll be good for them in the future.
What changes this week with your first road game? How are you guys approaching that aspect?
The only thing that changes is it's all new for us, with COVID and everything. We don't know how they're going to have us load the plane, the buses, away hotels or anything. So it's changes. Everything's new for us this weekend. We've got to have 4 home games in a row where the first game was new for us with COVID, but then we had 3 games in a row where it was the same routine. So I guess going into a new place, like I said, loading the buses to the airport, getting on a plane, landing, and figuring out how everything is laid out with this situation will be what changes for us. And I mean, we don't know what it's going to be like, so we'll figure that out on Friday and leading up to the game on Saturday.